And of course, the dog is going to start barking, because why wouldn't he? This is a little different than what I'm used to. I've gone 10 years without doing something like this, the kind of traditional YouTube sort of thing. 10 years on YouTube. I don't even know where to start. Just thinking back to it, it really brings a smile on my face. Did I think I would be doing this 10 years later? Probably not. That's what it is. It's my 10-year anniversary today. It's something that's really special to me. I've had a lot of fun on YouTube. A lot of fun, a lot of good memories. Some not so good, but, we get over them pretty quickly. So I just wanted to sit back, tell you what I've been up to, ask how you guys have been doing.
How you doing?
But yeah, this is me, 10 years after I created the channel. The channel, it started as a video game channel. Shuckmeister, Shuckmeister. Shuckle's my favorite Pokemon. Took it to tournaments, I used it to beat my friends. It's something that I grew very fond of. And then the channel just kind of evolved from there. It's been different things at different times. Life gets in the way. I'm a working professional. I'm very proud to say YouTube is not my full-time job. And it's so funny, right? Because this is 10 years later from when I started the YouTube dream, the career that all the young Gen Z, Gen Alpha want to be when they grow up, 85% of them by some surveys. And I'm here telling you, yeah, it's great, it's fun. Could I do this full-time? No. It's incredible how many people actually watch the stuff I put out. Just the art of making something is what gets me so excited every day. That's why I never hired an editor. I love editing myself, and I feel like if I did, it wouldn't be what I wanted it to be. And so yeah, what you've gotten over the years, and like I said, the content's changed quite a bit from here to there to everywhere. What you've got is just me, different aspects of my life, different things I want to talk about, share. It's been great, it really has. So you may have noticed I was gone for a little bit recently. 4 months I fell off the internet completely. Well, I guess I should go back a little further before all of that happened. In September of 2023, this channel was completely demonetized based on bogus claims of reused content. I tried every which way of appealing that decision to YouTube. They were having none of it. They essentially told me a majority of my channel had to be terminated in order to be a partner in the YouTube Partner Program again. That is really unfortunate, considering all of my content followed fair use guidelines and such. And I don't want to make this whole video just complaining about YouTube, but it's important for where we ended up. So I tried fighting that for quite a bit and got nowhere, right? YouTube sends you to bots. I reach out to bigger creators. They do what they can, but they couldn't do much, unfortunately. I'm me at 250,000 subscribers, and YouTube does not care. They literally do not care. That new puppy over there is crazy. Excuse me while we wait a moment for the dogs to stop barking. I'm gonna lose my train of thought, exactly where I was. See, this is why I do scripted content. I'm not good ad-libbing. I just did want to try something different because there is a new direction and where the channel's going and what I'm gonna cover. Maybe videos like this will be more common. It took 10 years for me to do one. No, but I kind of like the ambiance. The wind's blowing, the birds are chirping. It was nice. It's a beautiful day. I wanted to do this in the woods. I had no possible way of actually doing that. I don't know where I'd put my microphone or this and that. So, within the last 4 months, there has been something drastic that has changed in my life. During those 4 months, I was really discerning if I wanted to end the channel or not. And if I was going to end the video going to Japan, that was a perfect capstone on everything that had culminated up until that point. And who knows, it probably would have been the best time to get out. A lot of the other big YouTubers are leaving now. I think they've realized that it isn't such the dream job everyone's made it out to be. Maybe I thought it was time to abandon ship too. I mean, YouTube is going down the path of short form content. Definitely the opposite of this video right here, unless I put some temple run down there and something over here just to grab your attention and make it really pop. But no, I'm not that kind of channel. I never have been and I never will be. So like I was saying, through that whole period, I was discerning whether or not I wanted to stop YouTube. And I'd been sitting on this project about the Robots movie for months. I had scrapped it, I canned it, and I went back and realized, no, this is something I need to talk about right now, because that's the stage I'm at in life right now. I wanted to talk about it because it was very, very, very important to a lot of the stuff I was going through, a lot of the feelings I felt, a lot of the emotions I felt, where I'm at in my career path, where I'm at in my own religious life, things like that. And so I made it, and I have this new vision for the channel that is going to be positive. I've spent a lot of time in the past talking about negatives, games I don't like, comics I don't like, characters I don't like, this and that, complaining. You know, you can only complain for so long, and is it edifying at all? No. I mean, perhaps you're making a point, but is it something that people are going to want to come back to over and over again? No, of course not. I've wanted to take the channel in a new direction for a while. I've wanted to revamp the style of content. During this process where I was off the internet completely for a few months, in the background, I'd been working on something else. Perhaps it will be on YouTube, perhaps it may not be on YouTube, depending on how I'm doing it. It's some sort of content creation that's totally unrelated to a lot of the stuff that I cover now. Nothing with comics or movies or video games. But I'm not going to say much about it right now, because that's a project where I genuinely feel like I can help people. Like I can help millions of people. I want to sit on that. I want to let that marinate. I want to keep working on it. It's nowhere near being done already at this point. But that is going to be the direction moving forward. Does that mean I'm going to phase out this channel? I don't think so. I want to have this channel around to talk about the things I want to talk about, to cover stuff like science and philosophy and literature and reviews and movies and this and that. Tackle issues that I feel are purposeful. You know, I see a need and feel a need, and hopefully this channel has some semblance of audience to where I can do that. Like I said, this is not my full-time job. I've had massive career changes too during that period in time. I can't really say what happened then right now, just because of certain externalities, and so I'll leave it at that. But I've gone through a lot of growth through that period and really decided that I want to focus on positive things. No, I'm pretty disinterested in media right now that is promoting a lot of negative things or harsh reactions to this and that. That's just me. It's a personal choice. You know, you want to watch that stuff, go ahead. If that's what you subscribed for, I'm sorry, I'm not covering it on this channel anymore. The things I'm making are things that are going to be speaking to me, and I've done some of these videos before, right? You saw the ones on like Sly Cooper or Danganronpa, or you know, all these little ones here and there, Uncharted, Blues Brothers, going way back, right? Things that I love because I strive to put the you in YouTube. I am very opposed to the corporate tube thing, and well, you know, my channel's not gonna survive that way, so they say. I don't particularly care. Like I said, this is not my full-time job. I do this for fun. I get a lot of joy out of editing. I like to express myself that way. You see, I got my lab coat. I'm ready for science. I just got done filming the video for Half-Life, and I get so excited doing that stuff. I don't think I'm gonna have the same kind of response to anything I make anymore, but it's gonna be a different kind of response. Especially so since I made that Portal video like 2 years ago, and all of a sudden the algorithm picks it up. That's because when I make these videos, they're meant to be timeless. In more cases than not, I won't be targeting the trendy topics, and that might stunt the growth, but I'll be talking about things on this channel that I really want to talk about. And then with this other project that I've got planned, I'm wanting no overlap between the stuff I do here and the stuff I'll do over there. So I just wanted to say thank you. 10 years has been an incredible amount of time. It wasn't all easy. A lot of the videos I've edited have taken dozens, if not hundreds of hours to produce. I just want to refocus the channel back towards science. Of the videos that I was allowed to keep on my channel, the science videos were thankfully all of them, because they, for some reason, are okay in YouTube's guidelines, while some of the other stuff is not. YouTube's very ambiguous, you know, and then just like that, your whole income could be gone. Like, no, I'm so glad I'm an engineer. So glad I have a job. So glad that I don't have to worry about that. If I do lose my income, if I'm laid off or this and that, it's relatively easier for me to bounce back. I've said the YouTube model is like not sustainable for a long time. I think that's true with all of these random things where they nuke someone's whole monetization off the face of the earth. But I'm very thankful, very blessed to have this audience, to have you guys around. Glad to be back. I'm glad to be making videos again. The dog. You're gonna get to see the dog. You get to see the dog. Grr, grr, grr. You know, it's so funny that he's been around just a little bit longer than my channel, which is crazy to think about, right? Right, buddy? Right? This guy, he's like my #1 fan. He loves all of my videos. You know, sometimes I'd be playing the piano, he'd just sit on my lap, and oh, he's so cute. Yeah, so it's been a really wild journey. 10 years on YouTube. So many more deserving channels get so many fewer subscribers than me and viewers than me. You know, for all the people I've worked with, like, thank you for giving me a chance. I want to thank everyone who's helped me work on my own videos too. It's more or less a one-man operation, as it has been for a little while, for the majority of the channel's lifetime, but there have been people who stop in here and there, help on character designs and thumbnails, and it's been a pretty good experience with that. If I had to think back, what is my favorite video that I've made in 10 years? Quite frankly, it's usually not the most popular video. I feel like that's the case on a lot of channels. Some of the stop motions have just been a delight to make. You know, I grew up on that media, and that was something that I was really excited to actually do on this channel, to bring forward on this channel. Perhaps in the future I might return, but I don't think I'll be making the same type of stop motions that I was making. The video about Japan, that's just a big summary on like who I am, what I want in life, what I do to get what I want in life. That video is very descriptive of my background, things I like. The robots video was so fun. That is a good video to watch. I'm not only saying that because I made it. These videos, like I said, will be as timeless as I can possibly make them. They're gonna be on topics that you may care about, you may not care about. I would just recommend sticking around because I've enjoyed having you here. I hope you've enjoyed having me around. I know some of you really enjoy having me around. I mean, I don't take this stuff uber seriously, you know, especially online on places like Twitter. It's like I have a million other things to care about. Like this little guy. Like this little guy. Right? Right, buddy? Yeah, it's a crazy journey though. You know, at the time I made this channel, I thought I'd be going to college for music. And then I end up in physics and nuclear engineering, and then I work at places like national labs and NASA and high-tech research and development facilities, and it's like, where's my life going? It's a roller coaster, it's an adventure, and in some capacity I can show you guys bits and pieces of that. So that's just really great. Yeah, it was when that Portal video took off that I really got this reinvigoration into the channel. It's like, okay, channel's not dead, things can be picked up. I'm gonna just go with that snowball and roll it down the hill a little more. And hopefully I'll teach you a few things on the way down. You know, I have a pretty diverse and interesting and fun background. Even beyond that, I have a lot to say on faith and philosophy and metaphysics, which I feel, you know, as a scientist, I feel we even understand deeper than actual physics. But I want to keep the channel around. Quite like MatPat, who was an inspiration to my channel in the first place, I want to go on my own terms when the time is right. My very first video was my top 10 favorite video games. I can't believe how far I've come. Maybe I could rattle off my top 10 favorites. Okay, in no particular order right now, because that list, in 10 years, 10 video games that I loved, maybe 5 of them have changed, right? I would say Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver's up there, Uncharted 2's up there, Sly 2 is up there. Things that I've covered in videos, BioShock, oh my goodness. The more I've gotten out of that whole kind of mindset that's promoted in BioShock, the more I'm seeing all the flaws and the crumbling. Dude, BioShock, for the 10 years I've been on YouTube talking about it from day one, right? Every time I go back to play that game, it just gets better and better. Yeah, expect a video on that. I guess I should mention the second channel. There's a bit of a meme in a bunch of my videos. I say, oh, I'll put it on the second channel, and then I never do. that I want to change going forward. The second channel is going to be more like relaxed. Hopefully I get to it a bit more often. Give me a little time to settle. Like I said, there was a lot of changes going on recently. I'm at a totally different place in the country than I was 3 months ago, which is just wild to me. But that's okay, you know? Life throws you lemons, and you make exploding lemons. You know, Portal 2. Portal 2 is up there on favorite games. Fire Emblem Three Houses is up there as well. I'd put Danganronpa V3 up there. Yeah, there are lots of things I've already covered on the channel for favorite games that I would definitely include. You know, you guys give your input. What do you want to see covered? I've got this background. I have a knack for talking about science. That's really the direction I want to take this channel. There is so much joy and insightful discussion I get out of metaphysics, all of these other concepts that I am by no means an expert on. However, would love to comment on them the more I read about them and the more I understand them. You know, I go back to my roots, go back to Aristotle, Socrates. You know, we're made of substance, form, and virtue. Like even those three things, it's just so mind-blowing how much profound meaning is in those things. There's a substance that we see, there's a form that we don't see, and we can cultivate things with virtue. Virtue builds virtue, vice builds vice. You know, that's been my major philosophy. The rules I sort of live by, especially recently, is do more virtue and do less vice. It's not that complicated, and I've gotten a lot of joy out of it. I've taken things a lot less personally because of it. That's my recommendation to you. Don't let things get you all upset on the internet. For the longest time, I would get upset over YouTube. I'd be fighting copyright. I'd be fighting all these different things. You know, some rando from South America would copyright claim a whole video, then steal the monetization, right? You know, I just don't care anymore. So hopefully in doing this, I want to perhaps rekindle old friendships with people I've interacted with before, but maybe haven't talked to too much. Expect probably somewhat weekly content. It's gonna be roughly weekly. I know this video is coming out on an anniversary day, which is like a really bad day to upload, Monday, but you know, it is what it is, right? You know, this whole video, this sit down, I want to know how you guys are doing. Like, tell me in the comments below. You know, what do you want to see from this channel? What have you loved seeing from this channel before? Right? What's been your favorite video? And I live by a few different mantras. I brought up Aristotle a bit earlier. That's been one of the primary goals of my life, but there's been other things, like in the Robots movie, see a need, fill a need. I'm seeing a few needs that can be filled with this channel and this audience, but going forward, it's gonna need a whole new platform and different kind of service than what I have right here, right now. I can't sort of change this into what I want that to be. There's also the more you know you don't know. I don't know a lot of stuff. That's just a reality. You don't know a lot of stuff either, but that's okay. We have the capacity to learn, which is just so beautiful and so awe-inspiring. And we learn from our mistakes. We hopefully get better from them and we move on. If we need to, we seek forgiveness, you know, get on our knees in the confessional and just let it go. So hopefully you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed it. I think this is going to be a bright year ahead. 2024 is looking very positive for me, just in many different aspects of life. You can have a beautiful Duang. It's so funny that that's always been my outro. It sounds like have a beautiful day. Duang was always that mistranslation of Morio from original scans of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Diamond Does Not Crash. Maybe that's a little aspect of what I want to keep on this channel. Perhaps not. Perhaps going into the future, I might change that outro. You never know. But I've been meeting a lot of content creators in person recently, and they've been giving me a lot of advice on where I want to take this channel, what I want to do. I've been super thankful for that because it really helped me discern to say, okay, this is something I want to do just a little bit longer. So all that to say is I've met a lot of people that have really helped me out in life. I just want to be able to look back on this whole channel with joy and happiness and feel proud of like what I did. So that's the direction we're going. You know, maybe I haven't hit it this whole time. Actually, I know I haven't hit that goal this whole time, but that's okay because, you know, all fall short before the grace of God. You know, I don't know where we're going, but sometimes those are the best trips that you could go on. And so I'm praying for you. Please pray for me. God bless, and we'll see you later. Well, I think that's a wrap. This was really a weird experience for me. Really weird. I don't know, it just feels abnormal. Okay, you went down. My foot's asleep, and he wants to go down, so say goodbye. Say goodbye. Ooh, yeah, now my foot is way asleep. You were sitting on it. You were sitting on it. Goofy. Goofy.